everybody, this is Dan Sheridan, Tuesday, January 24th, and I'm looking at an idea for Microsoft earnings, which are going to be after the market closes tonight. So as you look at Microsoft right here, you can see kind of where we've been. Today we're at $242.32. And if we look at where it's been lately, on January 6th, about a little less than maybe let's call it a week and a half or something, we've hit a low of, what do we hit a low of? We hit a low of about 219. Let's call it 220. And if you look at kind of the high, which was, the last few months in in mid-December, we hit 263. So we're looking at roughly, in the last month and a half or so, we've traded 21 points higher than we currently are, and we've traded about 21, 22 points lower, right? So 21 points up or down. Let's look at a little more bits of information. I'll give you my 2 cents. The expected return earnings are coming out. They don't have an expiration for today, Microsoft. They just have January 27th, which is this coming Friday. The expected move is 12 points. It's like a standard deviation. So they're saying, if we're at 242, there's a 68% probability we're going to be up or down 12 points from where we're currently at. So by the end of the day, Friday, we could be 68% probability between 230 and 254. Let's bring a little more information. Say, Dan, you're killing me. Let's go. If you look at the earnings, they call this the market maker move. On TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, it's about $10.50. What does that mean? The expected move in Microsoft would be about $10.50. What does that mean? It means that we're at $242. Okay, they're saying expected move is going to be on the downside, near 230, right? Just for easy math. And on the upside, around 245. So then the question for you today, before you look at a strategy or your favorite strategy, you talk to yourself and you say, self, do I think it's going to be between the expected move of 230 and 245? If the answer is yes, well, then what do you do? If the answer is yes, then you look for something a little bit more, maybe a range bound strategy. If you think it's going to move under 230 or over 245, a big kahuna, big tidal wave, then you could do something more directional or more speculative type strategy. So I'm going to take the assumption that we're going to be between 230 and 245. Okay, and so what strategy might fit that? Well, again, we're currently at 242. I'm looking for this. I think we'll be within kind of the expected move. Here's where we're at 242. So let's say I fit an iron condor around this, right? I'm going to sell a 255 call on the upside. It gives me 13 points up. Wait, did I do this right? Let me go back to the market maker move 10. No, Let's go back here. We said the market maker move is about $11. So if we're at 242, excuse me, we're at 242, 11 up, be about 253. Let's call it 255. And 11 down or so, 241, 240, excuse me, 232, 230. Somewhere around this 230 to 255. And it's exactly the strikes I'm selling here. 230 and 255. I'm selling the out of the money call and put. What's that called? A short strangle. And more of a probability type trade. And then I'm buying my hedges, 5 points out of the money on the call side, 5 points out of the money on the put side. Now, hey, Dan, you know, the tech stocks, they've been a pickle. You know, you're looking at maybe a $1.50 credit, $1.55. What if I wanted to go to the 260 strike in the 225, give myself a little room? Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Can you have your cake and eat it too? What do you mean? Well, if I'm getting $1.50 credit for doing these strikes, if I go 5 points further out of the money, can I get $1.55? Only if you go to Disney World and you go to Magic Kingdom and you say, Dan Sheridan said, I'm in Magic Kingdom, I want more room and the same credit. And they'd say, this is the place, Magic Kingdom, where all your dreams can come true. Just joking. If you're going to go 5 points further out of the money, instead of getting $1.50, you're lucky if you get 80 cents credit. I don't like that. Well, you pick your poison. So with this, it's $1.53. If I get $1.50 credit, these are 5 wide credit spreads, my total risk is $350. So if I want to risk $1,000, I do 3. If I want to risk $350, assuming I can lose the whole thing, I do 1, right? And the idea is, you know, so that's kind of the idea behind it, right? If you do, you know, if you want $5 more either way, which gives you, that's quite a bit of room, you know, you're going to get about half of this, right? Doesn't mean it's a bad trade. So that's the thinking. I'm looking at Microsoft. Now, when would I do this? I'd probably do this like the last half hour or hour of the day today, kind of where it lines up. So basically, I'm looking to set wherever the stock price is. So we're at 242. I'm up about $13 where I set my short call, a little bit more than the expected move. On the put side, I'm at 230. It's about $12. So I'm a little bit beyond the expected move. If you want more breathing room, you can go 5 points either way. And anyways, that's my thought for today. If you have any feedback, you can email me, dan@sheridanmentoring.com, or if you want to check out our site, Sheridan Mentoring. Folks, have a nice day and good trading. Thanks.